Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and this would be the Potensic Atom 2. Now this little guy's been on the market for several months and you're probably wondering why have I not reviewed it? Well, I did receive this model, this one here, and this box back in the month of January of the year 2025. However, when I took it out to review it, there was a problem with the camera. The camera had poor focus and poor color, so I told the company I'm not going to review it until you fix those issues. And I'm happy to report that as of now, those issues are fixed and this thing is stellar. So let me tell you the specs on this baby really quick and then we'll get into my review. First thing is it's under 250 grams. Next, it has a flight range of 10 kilometers and it has a flight time of 32 minutes per battery. The little camera up front does film at a maximum of 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. It does take photos in 8K, which is about 48 megapixels. It does have HDR, it does have RAW photos, and it can film at night. The sensor inside is a 1/2-inch sensor. It does have a 3-axis gimbal on it, but no, there is no obstacle avoidance on here. However, unlike a lot of drones in this price range, it does have tracking, and the tracking is exceptional. What is tracking? Tracking means it can follow you. Also, it comes with a remote that is extremely ergonomic. I like this little antenna. You just flip it up. That's your antenna. You put your cell phone here. You can put quite a large cell phone in there. But enough about that. You want to see the review video, right? I'm going to fly it in the daytime on a windy day, and then I'm going to fly it at night on a windy day just to add more pain to everything. And then I'll show you the unboxing and then come back to me and I'll give you my positives and negatives. All right, a beautiful, cold, windy Canadian morning. I'm going to power on our little drone. I'll see if I can do this with one hand with my hat cam. Can you see it? Press button twice. Should hear a sound. There we go. She's on. And I'll just flop you down there. Now I just power on the remote. Press this until I see all the pretty lights. And the remote is on. And then when this remote connects to this drone, I'll start up the app. So the app we're going to start up to fly this baby is the Potensic Eve. Tap on that and we should have a little indication at the bottom right saying that it is connected. You can see that, and also we can tap on the fly now. And we see what the camera sees. Top left it says takeoff is permitted, means it's got GPS, and on the top right you can see how many satellites I have. You can see what I'm going to record in if I go to the bottom. 4K, 30 frames per second, 16:9. I'll leave it on standard. If I put on HDR, look at my phone screen, switch to HDR. Let's see, no, there we go. You see it makes things brighter. HDR is good sometimes, but I'm going to leave it off. Standard's going to give you more contrast, and sometimes contrast looks good in a video. For launching, you have a few options. One, you can press a button on the screen of your phone and you can launch it. Another way is if you want to launch it in one hand, hold this in one hand and launch it. You can do that. I'll show you that in this video. And finally, the last way is the way I launch all drones is I just pull the joysticks down and out or down and in. So I'll pull these ones down and in. Starts up, and I have to confirm everything's working out right, and we're going to go up. Now it is windy out here, and we're going to check out how level this stays in the wind. It's not bad. I don't know if you can hear the wind blowing in my microphone, but that is staying rather level and steady. So it's got GPS working and optical flow right now. So it's doing a really good job. We'll just walk around it. All right. Now I'm going to put the record on so you can see what it is recording. Looking forward. Here we go. Record is now on. And I should be showing you the video up front. So here's me standing in back. You can see the drone bouncing around in the wind. And there's a car going by. But how stable is the footage it's recording? The gimbal should be doing an awesome job. So let's take it forward. And then we'll make it turn around and look back at me. There I am there. I'm going to bring the camera down with the gimbal, so I'm sort of in the center. So let's bring it down a little bit, and then I'm going to use the right dial to zoom in on me. So here we go. I'm going to zoom in. There we are, nice smooth zoom. This should be recording right onto the micro SD. It's got a digital zoom, but it's actually quite decent. There, I'm at max zoom. When you're recording it in 4K, this is the max you can zoom in. If you record at a lower resolution, you can zoom in closer. So let's zoom back out. So how is the image? I'm gonna guess it looks pretty good because I have tested this a few times and the image is pretty good. My drone is sort of on an angle right now because the wind's blowing it sideways. Now, if you're wondering about speeds on this thing, you have 3 speeds and you have a speed dial over here on this side. And if you look at my phone screen, you'll see me go through the speeds. So watch. That's sport mode, video mode, and normal mode. Each one goes a little faster than the other. So there's a way I can demonstrate it without flying this thing far away. So watch. So we're in video mode now. I'm gonna yaw it. Watch this. Watch the speed it yaws. Not very fast. That's so when you're making videos and shooting videos and you turn sharply to the right or the left, the gimbal is not messed up and gives you a good quality image. All right, so let me just change speeds. This is now normal. It's gonna be a little faster. Oh, it's bouncing in the wind. It's a little faster, so that would be your speed of turning in normal speed. And of course, the last one, sport. Here we go, sport mode, and it turns even faster. Now, looking at these, you might not notice a difference between the 3, but there's a big difference. Now, the great thing with a drone this size is that you can do roof inspections, even on windy days like today. So let me take it up and check out my roof. Let's watch for all the trees. Don't look through the window because my wife could be just waking up and she'd be spooked. Let's go up, and this is how you inspect your roof. I'm going to bring the gimbal looking down at my roof. A lot of shadows here. And you can do stuff like this. Let me find something to zoom into. Let me go a little over this way. There we go. So if I wanted to zoom into this area, I could. Zoom it in. There we go. So I could check that out on my roof, which is pretty cool. Now you see all those shadows, how there's a lot of darkness and a lot of brightness? Let me stop the video and change to HDR and show you the difference. So pay attention to what you're seeing right now, and we're going to switch. Okay, that's HDR. And you see a difference going from what you see now to what it was before. And I can show you previously what it was. So slight difference in the shadows is basically what you would see. All right, so let's take this baby up and keep looking down at my roof. There we go. Go way up. There's my roof and the neighbor's roofs. And if we want to look at my beautiful neighborhood, looks like this early in the morning. You can see most people are asleep today. There's a car on the road, another car. There we go. There's the neighborhood. So far, I do not see any horizon tilt, so the gimbal is really good. You can see the image is brightening up. And the Ottawa River is over there. You see the blue, the water? So let me go like this and see if I can zoom into it a little bit. Zoom into the water. Oh, you can kind of see it way over there. It looks pretty good. Bring the gimbal up. There we go. So that's not bad. So the zoom on here can be quite useful. All right, let's bring this back and show you the rest. Let's find me down below. All right, coming down to me, nice and fast, missing the trees on either side. And we'll bring it forward so I miss my wife's white car. And there we are. Now you do have a button on here that you can move the gimbal straight forward and straight down. So if I click it now, it should go straight forward. Now let's bring it looking at me. So there's looking at me, straight forward. Hit it again, and we'll look at the pavement on the ground. There we go, and then back to straight forward. You also have the ability to look up with the gimbal. So let's bring it close. I'll show you what it means. There we go, looking up. So the drone is down below me, and let's see how close I can get it. Looking up. That's it. There we go. That's max looking up right there. So a little bit of an angle. It's not bad. But once again, look at my drone. I'm looking at it. It's blowing all over the place in the wind. And then look at what it's recording me. I'm pretty still for the most part. It's not the best day to be reviewing this. It is pretty windy out here. Okay, let me show you sport mode. I'm going to take this way down my road and then race back to me. Okay, I put in sport mode. We're going to come full blast back to me. Here we go. This is sport mode. It is going in the wind, so the image might get banged around a little bit because the wind is causing the whole drone to vibrate. But there we go. Next thing I want to show you is the tracking. So it can track you and follow you. You just have to put it up in the air a bit. So let me do that now. So if I did this right, all I have to do is take a finger and draw a square around me. So I'm drawing a square around me, and then I'll go AI track, and I want it to follow. So I'll put on follow, hit the go button. Fly drone 4 meters above the ground, so it wants to go higher. All right, so let's go up. It wants to go way up there, and let's go back. There we go. How about that? Okay, let's hit the go button again. We're good. All right, so it should be tracking me. I see the little dot on me. I'm walking with just one hand. Now there is no obstacle avoidance on this drone, so if you walk under a tree, it will crash into the tree. Walking this way, see how good it goes. Morning.
Morning.
Just testing out a drone. Hope it doesn't freak out your doggy. your dog's look. All right, I think he's a little frightened. Yeah, I'll walk back this way. Well, here you go by me, and I'll go this way.
Yeah, all good.
Okay. So it is early morning, and yeah. The drone is the only noise people hear, and it does freak out animals. I don't find it very noisy, to be quite honest, but it's pretty good. Okay, so now I've turned around. I'm gonna walk at it. We'll see if she flies backwards. Sometimes you have to enable backwards flight. I probably have not enabled it. Let me just check the settings really quick. Take off with one hand. Do I have backwards flight? No, it's compass, control stick, camera, no, about. All right, I can't remember if it's there. So I didn't see it in my menu system, not unless my old eyes didn't see it, but I didn't see something to activate backward track, but I think there is one because I'm pretty sure I've done it in the past. So for tracking you, it's pretty good. It's not going to track you at high speed, so if you're driving a car or something, it's probably not going to work, but if you're walking, you should be fine. And you can do stuff like this. This is something my wife likes to do. So the reason I say this is something my wife likes to do is because when she goes to her fitness classes, the instructor does this. So you just select yourself, and then you select Spotlight. So right there, Spotlight, AI track, that's what we want. And here we go. So all that means is that the drone is going to follow me, but it's not going to move anywhere. It's just going to sit there. So in other words, if I walk towards this tree, we have the tree and me. If I walk this way, going around the front of my house, we have me going around the front of my house. So when my wife is in some sort of fitness class and everybody's doing their fitness, the drone can follow the instructor around as she walks around all the people in the fitness class, and it makes some pretty cool video because she can explain what people are doing, then she puts it on YouTube. And of course, another one you have here is parallel track. That would be tracking beside you. See, there's a little image of walking beside, and I won't do that one here because that's self-explanatory. I'd have to put it back up in the air to do that. So the other things you have on here is quick shots. So quick shots, you have pull away, which is the drone will fly backwards and go up. Then you have rocket, the drone goes straight up. It keeps you in the image. Then you have circle, it rotates around you. Then you have spiral, it rotates around as it goes up. Then you have boomerang, it rotates around like a boomerang. So it goes around, away, out as it's going around, then comes back into you. And dolly zoom just means it's going to use the zoom and it's going to cause the background to go weird. But I'll try two of them here. We'll do pull away. Pull away is pretty simple, so I'll select that one. On the right hand side, it says how far do you want it to pull away. I'm going to go 40 meters. Go 40, 50, 60. Let's just go to 40 meters, so it goes quite a distance away. So behind it is a stop sign. We don't want to hit that, so I'm just going to go this way and pull away this way. Okay, let's hit go and see what it does. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. It's pulling away. We can watch it go. And it's going up as it goes back. It's good when you're on vacation, you can set it so that you can get your whole area in the actual video. And on the right hand side, if I show you my screen, it's showing the percentage until completion. And when it's complete, I believe it's going to fly back to me to the exact same location it began from. So it says returning and it's coming back. So that's pretty good. Gives you a good perspective of your entire area. And she's coming right back to me, and she stops right there. All right, so I've got a tree behind me here, garage over there. Select myself, then I'll go to quick shots. Ooh, the wind is a-blowing. I'm gonna go over to dolly zoom. There we are, and you can see on the right it's crazy with 30 meters. I don't want that. And I'll hit go. And hopefully it doesn't crash into that sign, or I'll have to hit stop. So I'll keep looking at it. It should be zooming into me as it's going back. And it's just missing the sides over there, the street sides. Now, one thing to mention with this is that so far this entire review has been on the same battery, and I just want to see how much power is remaining. 23%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a return to home and see if she lands back down here. So I'll just turn it around and we'll go fly someplace far away and we'll bring it back. So I've flown the drone quite a distance out that way. I can see it in the sky. I'm just going to press the H on here, see what happens. There we go. It says return beeping. You can turn off the beep if you don't want, which is pretty cool in case you're someplace where the beeping would annoy people. But it's just beeping now to let me know it's coming back, and I can see on the screen what it says. I'm just going to get rid of this, the OK thing, so we can see what's going on the screen as well as the recording. So it's got to fly back and it's got to land on this baby. Let's see how she does. And what I can do as it's coming back is I can take the camera and I can turn it downwards. So let's go full down as it's coming down so we can see where it's coming. There we go. All right. So it almost looks like it's going to land on my head. I'm not really sure. It's getting pretty close to my head. It's right there. It's coming down. Coming down, coming down, coming down. Where are you going? Well, the landing pad's over there. It's a little bit on an angle, and there we go. Did not make the landing pad, which was over here. So the return to home is not as accurate as a DJI return to home drone. Now, as promised, I'll show you the one-hand launch. If you want to launch with one hand, you just pick it up and you, let me see if I can do this. So hold it in a hand, and then you take your joystick here. You're going to pull down the left joystick and then press the C1 button. So I'm pressing the C1 button. Yeah, let me get my thumb out of there so I don't damage my body. Get my hands off the gimbal too. Okay, it's kind of cold out here. So press C1 button, hold down the left joystick. They should start up. Release the left joystick. She flies. There you go. So that's the one-handed takeoff if you have this remote and you want to take off like that because you're on a boat or you're someplace where it's not conducive to take off from the ground. And if you want to land it on your hands, same idea. Just put your hand out, hold the left joystick down in this wind so you can land it on a boat as well. And there we go. So it's landed and you're ready to go and have a nice happy day. And finally, the last thing I'll show you would be the photos this takes. So let me spin it around and take a photo of me. So let's switch it to photo mode, and you can see for photos, when I switch it to photos, I have single, multiple photos, burst photo, timer photo, or 8K photo. So I'll put on 8K. There we go. And let's take an 8K photo of me. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that was an 8K photo, and let's take an 8K photo of my little area here. Let's go way up. And take an 8K photo of my area. Now you can also do panoramic photos. So let me move over here. Let's go to pano photo. There we are. And we're just going to do 180. So it's going to take pictures looking at me, looking this way, and then looking over this way. So here we go. I got to stand very still. There we go. Drone looks sideways. Looks the other way. Now it's bouncing around in the wind, so it's going to stitch those photos together, and I don't know how well it's going to look, but I'm going to show you the results. So when it's finished, if you look over on the right hand side, it says 83%. It's going to create the panorama, and it's at 100%. So I'll show you right now what that panorama photo looks like. So if you look at my phone screen, there's two other types of panos. You can do vertical and wide angle. And let's go back to photo just to show you everything else that's there. But I've showed you everything, so I'm not going to show you anything else there. And on video, just in case I didn't show you everything, on video you have normal, which I filmed all this video in normal. You have nighttime, and then you have slow motion. Slow motion is pretty cool because you can select how slow you want it. So let me just show you that now. So I'll go on slow motion. And if you look at my screen, I have 5 times slow motion, 4 times, 3 times, or 2 times. So I can hit record on 5 times and I'll move really slow. Okay, so that's pretty much it. There's probably not too much else to show you on here other than nighttime, which I'll also show you. But I'm gonna land this now because my hands are freezing. It's pretty cold out here today. All right, so we have our drone up here, and on my phone, I'm gonna select night for filming. So let's put it on night filming. There we go, it does a really cool animation. I'm gonna put the record on. And now I'm standing in front of the camera at night, bring the gimbal down, and that's what it looks like at night. So how does that look? Looks pretty cool. Follow me as I come around here, and I have a lot more light at my garage. My garage back here. All right, see that? That's lit up. There we go. And my house is lit up too a little bit. Let's bring it close. Check it out. So there we go. You can see the house is nice and lit up, and this is at night. So it films quite well. You can see some of the rooms with lights on. And let's go up higher and check out the neighborhood. And we'll look down at the cars going by. There we go. So that's the nighttime filming quality. And let's see if you can zoom in at night. Let me try this. I'm going to try to zoom. Yeah, I can zoom in at night too. Well, that's pretty good. And zoom back out. There we go. Now I'm going to try to take a photo. Let's go to photo, see if it takes night photos. Try 8K at night. All right, let's try a photo. I don't know if the photos at night work as well as the video. All right, let's bring her back down. So this thing flies pretty good at night. A lot of drones don't fly very well at night, but this one seems to do quite well. Here we have the box the Atom 2 arrives in. Inside the box you'll find the shoulder bag, and inside the shoulder bag you will find the Atom 2 and accessories. The Atom 2 arrives with a Velcro strap to hold the arms in position. The drone is ready to fly once you charge up the batteries and unfold it. Looking at the bottom we can see the sensors and power button. For sensors we have an optical flow and 2 height finders, and for buttons we have the power button. Looking at the rear of the drone, you can see the battery and micro SD card slot. If I remove the battery, then you can see the micro SD card slot even better. The brushless motors and props are similar to DJI mini drones. The battery is a 2-cell lithium-ion battery at 2,230 milliamp hours. If you get the Fly More kit, it comes with 3 batteries and a wall plug. And all batteries charge at the same time, so charging is very fast. Documentation for the charger and the wall plug is included. There's also a quick start guide and many helpful videos for the drone itself, and the drone is only 246 grams. The included remote is really nice with the joystick stored in the bottom. It can accommodate all the large cell phones on the market, but you may have to remove the case off your cell phone. Buttons and dials are self-explanatory, and even some of them are programmable. Cables for the type of cell phone you have are included. As well, there's plenty of documentation for the functions of the remote and how it works. For some reason, you get a crazy amount of spare props. You also get the tools to remove and install them. A USB-C data charge cable is included, as well as some safety documentation, and finally, you do receive stickers. All right, you're back to me and you want to know my positives and negatives really quick. One positive is you get a very nice carry shoulder bag with it. Positive number 2 is that if you get the Fly More kit, you get 3 batteries. One is in my drone right here, and you actually get a massive wall wart, so you don't have to plug it in USB, and it charges up the batteries super fast. Another positive is this here remote. It's one of the best ones I've used for a camera drone. It feels solid in the hands. It doesn't feel cheap. It actually feels quality. It's a very good remote. Next positive is for a little drone like this, the flight time is actually really good, and the image quality is way better than average. You saw it in this video. It's really good image quality, both in photo and video. And finally, it's very stable. The optical flow works really well on here. If you fly it indoors, you'll see it's super stable indoors. I didn't show you any video of that, but maybe I'm showing it to you right now because I have flown this indoors quite a bit. Outside, it's super stable, and you saw in the wind, it's flipping and flopping all over the place in the wind, and the image looked pretty good. And the last positive is the price. This is sold on Amazon, and often the price is pretty good. So I'm going to put a link below this video. You can go check it out and see if the price is something you'd like to pay. You get an awful lot for your money. Now, when it comes to prop noise, it's about as loud as a DJI mini drone. Any of the DJI mini drones, it's about the same volume. The only way you'd get that prop noise down is to change the props on here. I have not tried using other branded props on here, so don't ask me that question. I don't know if Master Air Screw works or anything like that. I think it's a fine product. It's really good, and I think anybody who wants to get their very first drone, this is the one you should get. If you're looking at a DJI drone or you're looking at this one, and they both have features you like, although this one will probably have the feature of tracking. DJI drones usually don't have tracking unless you get obstacle avoidance on them, and then you pay a lot of money. But this one has a lot of features, and if you like the features, filming daytime, nighttime, this is pretty decent, and it's designed 100% for the very first drone pilot in your family. So with all that said, if you have questions on this product, post them below. I will get back to you. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in a future video with many more cool products to review. Till then, I say bye.